It has been halfway through the year. We have reviewed albums all year for you on this podcast. We have told you what they are like, and we have listened to stuff that we haven't reviewed. We are going to tell you what the greatest albums of 2023 are so far.
This marks the halfway point for the year, and actually by request, because Jeffrey had told us to, that we have some repeat listeners who enjoy us giving sort of feedback and maybe musical recommendations and stuff like that, so we figured we'd give you a quick rundown. Jeffrey, would you like to lead us off in this
I would.
in this list of 10?
My 10 are alphabetical by artist name. My first is an album by the band Altengun. It's called Aşk. Altengun is a Amsterdam-based Turkish funky type of fusion group. So it's a 6-piece, and it's beautiful, like funky world music that's like very tripped out and psychedelic, but like danceable. My second is the band Avenged Sevenfold with the album Life is But a Dream, a band that I kind of considered a joke for the last 15 years. And then I gave this album a chance because I think I saw like a blurb that was worthwhile. And it really is like the best metal album that I've listened to in the past handful of years. It takes a lot of weird left turns. It's very like Faith No More, very Queen, very System of a Down. It's kind of all over the place, but it's great. My third is a pretty new album by the group Bocante. It's called History. Bocante is a world music type of group that's organized by Michael League of Snarky Puppy. It's a great like kind of Caribbean patois lead vocals with atmospheric tribal drumming and guitar playing. My fourth is an album that we reviewed a few weeks ago, Durian Jones' Wait Till I Get Over. I gave this a perfect 10. It is a great new classic soul kind of homemade type of production flourishes that I love. My fifth, another album we reviewed recently, Janelle Monáe's The Age of Pleasure. Summer, sultry, sexy vibes, great quick 35-minute thing. My sixth, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, Petro Dragonic Apocalypse, thrash metal from the Australian Mad Men. Seventh, another one we've reviewed, Lana Del Rey's Did You Know That There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard? Sleepy, dreamy, beautiful singer-songwriter stuff. My eighth, Lil Yachty's Let's Start Here. Another artist I thought was kind of like a mumble new hip-hop kind of joke, and he put out this like really cool psych rock type of opus with a lot of featured guests, a lot of strange like left turns on that one. My ninth is a kind of local group, Space Junk is Forever. They're based in Massachusetts. It's called SJF4. It is keyboard-based prog instrumental music. It's kind of like video game soundtrack meets sci-fi prog explorations. Really sick stuff. And my 10th is by Woody Goss. It's called High Loon. Woody Goss is the keyboard player for the funk band Wolfpack. This is kind of like small, fun, kind of quirky jazz funk music. Those are my 10.
Right
There
on.
you go.
Yep.
There we have
Wow.
it. Jeff's 10. Alex,
My turn.
let's get your 10, babe.
Mine are in no particular order, so forgive me. They are all over the place. Starting off with my first one is King Cruel, Space Heavy. He's an indie artist, really indie rock. Has a lot of woozy, drony tunes and emotional writing. Came out fairly recent and is one I really appreciated. We didn't get a chance to review it. I really wish we could have, but I really enjoyed that one. Next one, Durian Jones, Wait Till I Get Over It. Like Jeff said, fantastic album. I think it's really underrated. It doesn't receive like a lot of credits on Spotify. It's not really like algorithm promoted. I think it deserves a lot more. The next one for me is Yola Tango, This Stupid World. I know Luke will probably see the same on me with this one. It was just a banger album, and it really spiraled me into getting into a lot more of their music. Every time I've ridden in the car with Luke now, it's everything we listen to. It just it takes my ears every time I listen to it. Next one is Kali Uchis, is Red Moon and Venus. Heartfelt soul with some dance pop. Favorite track on that is the Don Toliver feature. I didn't get a huge chance to listen to it when it came out, but in the past month as summer's coming around, I feel like it really fit the vibe and I really enjoyed it a lot. Another new one that came out last week is TV Girl, Grapes Upon the Vine, another indie rock band that I love. A band that's really similar to that I love that is no longer around, unfortunately, rest in peace, is Hers. They have like a really similar vibe to them, upbeat, hypnotic, and a lot of instrumental shoegazy stuff that I really enjoy. That's a lot of what I listen to. One that grew on me, the next one, is Måneskin, Rush. I ended up picking up that on CD like a week after we reviewed it, and it lived in my CD player
You have
for
a
a
CD
long
player?
time. I do have a CD player from time to time. From time to
Oh.
time, I run one.
Right on.
I really enjoyed it. It just really hit a lot of marks for me and really kicked. Next one was 100 Gex, 10,000 Gex. I am a
Classic.
Gen Z Zoomer. It is straight up my alley, and I love every bit about it. You know, I two bands I really love, or one single, or two artists. I'm sorry, geez. Tommy Cash and Oliver Tree, two fantastic artists. I saw them with Mikey on my 21st birthday. It
Remember
was
that?
a
It was
wonderful time in
We had a good time.
Boston. Next one is Oracle Sisters Hydronism. They're a trio based out of Paris. This album was written in Hydra, Greece.
Oh,
It was really cool. They wrote it in a old carpet factory. They wrote it in 2020 in quarantine. It has a lot of their feelings about quarantine and like what they felt in that time. Features a lot of musicians, a lot of different producers and stuff. Highly suggest listening to it. If you've never listened to Oracle Sisters, they're doing a U.S. tour right now, and they're coming back later in 2024 to do another one. Wonderful band. Next one is Wednesday, Rat Saw God. It is a quintet. Indie rock, female-led vocals. Reminds me of Men I Trust a lot. Really enjoy them. Has a lot of, just like a lot of sad suburban hell lyrics, which resonate with me. Indie rock. I don't know why I said that, but indie rock, and I enjoy it. I found it recently. It was released in mid-April, but I really enjoyed it. And the last one, I'm kind of cheating with an EP. It is Surprise Chef Friendship, jazz funk instrumental group. I'm not sure if you're aware of them. Really good. I recommend listening to them. Mood music, great arrangement, and another quintet that just does like a lot of jazz funk, soul pop kind of stuff.
Nice.
That's
Right
my
on.
list.
nice. All right, moving on. My first one, I'm kind of like in alphabetical order. These are not rankings by any means. So my first one's for all my metalheads out there. August Burns Red, Death Below, that came out this past March. It is August Burns Red doing what August Burns Red does best. Like full-on assault, metalcore, breakdowns to the max, very like linear songwriting, so you don't really get like a lot. There's choruses, but you don't really get, you get that sort of like driving straight thing. They also have a lot of really cool features on here. One of them is Jesse Leach from Killswitch Engage, which is cool. This album is like full of features, which is kind of like a strange thing for a metal album, and I thought that was kind of a cool thing. Like there's some guitar features and then some vocal features too, so yeah, definitely check that one out. Next, I gotta go with Lana Del Rey. Did you know there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? I mean, I absolutely love this album. I can't really like praise it high enough, and it was like my first love as far as discovering Lana Del Rey, so like we got that. Next up for me is King Tuff, Small Town Stardust. We reviewed that in January. I thought that was a fantastic album. I am a King Tuff listener. I love his records, and this was kind of his go at like, would you say, like kind of being taken seriously, I think, as a songwriter.
Yeah, very Beatlesy orchestra. It's a lot
Yeah.
of new songwriting.
Yeah. So I really, really loved it. He didn't, he's kind of getting himself out of that sort of indie stoner rock guitar guy thing, and I thought that was really great. Next up, Jeffrey already hit this one on the head, but King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, Petro Dragonic Apocalypse. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. I love that record front to back. Give it the love it deserves. Next up, Killer Michael. We just recently reviewed that one with our guest, James Burke. I feel like I was a little bit harsh, but going back and doing repeat listens on this record, I found that I really did fall in love with it. There are some points of it that I, kind of a bit of lulls, but the things that I really, really like outweigh the things that I kind of could do without, kind of bringing the lulls up, it kind of like picks it up that way. Next up, again, for some metalheads, we reviewed it again. Metallica, 72 Seasons.
Oh.
I don't even care, man. I don't care. I say it with pride. I say it loud. I say it proud. I love Metallica.
I almost put it on my list because I was like, man, every time Lux Eternal comes on the radio, I'm like, this song bangs really hard.
Yeah, man, and who
more
gives a
than
shit that...
every other
Radio.
Metallica song on the radio. I
yeah,
have to
they're
listen-
on radio.
I have to listen to
Man.
it at work.
94
CDs, come on.
Who
HJY.
uses the radio?
It
It's an old crank one. He cranks it up and stuff. But yeah, man, it's like, it's a great album, man. The leads are good. The lyrics are good. All that stuff. Inamorata, the last song on the record, it's a banger. It's great. Next up, Angel Olsen, Forever Means. It is an EP, so I feel you, Alex, with kind of maybe cheating or whatever. It's only a few songs. It's 4 songs, but it's Angel Olsen doing what she does best too. We we reviewed Big Time when it came out last year, Luke and I, and we were kind of like, whoa, what is this? This is fantastic. She's kind of a country-esque sort of Lana Del Rey kind of vibe, so you get that great space and you can hear the room. Everything sounds like the ceilings are like 1,000,000 feet tall, so it's really cool. A lot of cool sounds on that record too. Love it, love it. Next up, Queens of the Stone Age in Times New Roman. That came out in June, and that was really cool because I know Lullabies to Paralyze. I know Songs for the Deaf, and that's kind of where it stops for me as far as where Queens of the Stone Age is. But I'm a huge Them Crooked Vultures fan, and I feel like this record gives a lot of that Them Crooked Vultures kind of vibe with it. It's kind of dark and brutish and kind of those lumbering godum thing that Josh Homme does so great. Number 9 for me, Yo La Tango, This Stupid World. I'm sure Luke will probably, I don't know, but if he does have it, he'll talk about it. It was really maybe my introduction into the shoegaze sort of vibe thing. And, it really took me by surprise. I didn't think that I was going to like it as much as I did, but I just found it to be absolutely great. And then before we go, one more honorable mention, last but certainly not least, local hometown heroes, Sline and the Family Stoned. Is heaven sweet to the ones we lose? Shout out to Sline. They've been on this podcast before. Sline and the Family Stoned. Tim, Kevin, Lee, Cameron, Sline, Kevin, Fudd. We love you guys, and great album. Check it out.
Yeah. I have mine. I'm gonna go 10-1, and then give you one last. Here's my list. 10. I have Daniel Caesar. Never Enough. I have to say, I think about the song Homosexual and sing it at least once a week.
It's so good.
I can't get it out of my head. Also, Vincent Van Gogh on that record. I still think about that song all the time. And I can't get that song out of my head. So I think I'm going to carry those songs the rest of my life. And that's why I'm going to put that one at 10. Number 9. Mike talked about King Tuff, Small Town Stardust. I like that record. I don't know if it's going to make my end of the list if something else comes out that I like more, but it definitely was a cool record that I really enjoyed listening to, and I liked it quite a bit. Okay, this one I have visual for. This came out literally last week. This is a band from Northampton, Mass. They are called Animal Piss. It's everywhere. I listened to this a ton, and I love this record. It is country tinged garage punky kind of stuff, but it's all super mellow and has a pedal steel and a lot of stuff. Everything's kind of like that garage punky kind of vibe to it, but it all sounds like really crispy, country vibes. So really love it. Animal Piss, it's everywhere. Check it out. Really great. Self-titled. That was that record. Okay, the next one, number 7. I have a band that was on this podcast, Pocket Vinyl. You Never Say Goodbye When You Leave. I bought this album. I really, really like it. I listened to it a ton, and I love a lot of the songs on it. And especially Be Here Now, a great song. Love it on here. And Rubber on My Teeth, which is a big Spotify song. Check it out. Love it. Pocket Vinyl. Next on my list, I have Bob Dylan, Shadow Kingdom. This came out a couple weeks ago, and Bob Dylan kind of does the modern thing he does, which is that slow poetic kind of speech thing. And he does that on old songs of his that he really actually never played live a bunch. And it's very interesting. It's all live takes of it. He does Tombstone Blues off of Highway 51, 61, whatever it is, which is amazing. It's really slow. He also does Approximate Sweet Jane off that record, which he never plays live, and he does it in a really slow, beautiful way. Very poetic. Changed my mind on a lot of Dylan tunes that I love, and so yeah, that's why I put that one up there. Bob Dylan, check it out. Shadow Kingdom. Number 5, I have another local-ish band out of New Haven, Connecticut. We had their bass player on the show, Shy Reese, and this is this album is called, I have it right here, Rows of Smiling Faces, and I love this album. Shout out to one of my favorite choruses of the year, You're My Raga Maharaja. It's really great, super good on here. Check it out. It's garagey. It's psyche. There is noise collages on it. I loved this record. It was really, really, really great. Out of New Haven, Connecticut, Shy Reese, Rows of Smiling Faces. Next on my list, I'm with Alex. Number 4 is 10,000 Gex by 100 Gex. I loved this record. This record changed my mind and opinion about hyperpop and a lot of that digital music that I thought I didn't like. I love this record. It was like reverent of new metal, which I really, really loved, and a lot of like genres that kind of get like, dumped on a lot, and it took them and like ran them through a digital blender, and I loved every second of it. Check it out, 100 gex, 10,000 gex. Check out our review that nobody watched. It's really good. It's really good. Nobody watched it still. Check it out. Then I am going to go with an album that I was anticipating all last year. It is our local Hometown Boys. Mike shouted them out. I really love this record. I know every song on it. It's one of my favorite things that was released this year. I implore that you check it out. It's Sly and the Family Stone is Heaven Sweet to the Ones We Lose. And this is a record I truly, truly did love, and I am blessed that I get to see them all the time because I really do love that band. And that's that. Moving on. Lana Del Rey stole my heart this year. I fell in love. I am now a Lana Del Rey stan. I bought this record. Here it is, Lana Del Rey's. Do you know there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? Everything on here is great. I love it so much. Paris, all that great stuff.
Is there a book in there?
No, it's a double record. I just have it folded out. So check out our review of that, and you'll know everything that we feel about it because I loved that record. And then, as everybody said and had on their list, at least Alex and Mike did, YOLO Tangos, This Stupid World. I absolutely fell in love with this band and this record. I had never listened to this band before this year. I've dived back into their catalog and fell in love with almost everything I've listened to. I love them so much. This album is amazing. Guitar, freak out jams, folky, atmospheric, beautiful stuff. It mixes together to make one of my favorite records and probably my favorite record of the year. This is YOLO Tangos, This Stupid World, and those are my favorite records so far of 2023.
Well, there you have it. So check them out.
Crazy year.
If you have some favorite records, put them down in the comments below. Let us know. Do you disagree with us? Do you agree with us? Who knows?
What are
Let
your
us know.
favorite records?
What are
of the
your
year?
favorite records? Yeah, throw them out there because we love listening to new music as well.
And should we do a throwback to something we missed this year? Would you watch that? Because,
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
there's some weeks where something's not really coming up. Is there anything hot that you guys want to see? Please
Yeah.
let us know.
Please let us know in the comments below. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to hit the new album review of the week. Don't go anywhere.